So, I don't know. I think it was on a Thursday night last week, and I'm sitting in my room. I'm practicing trying to learn how to play the guitar, and it's not working, of course, because my fingers apparently are retarded sometimes. And so I'm frustrated, and I put my guitar down, and then my roommate comes. Well, one of my roommates come into my room. He comes to my door, and he just starts talking. I have three roommates. I'm the fourth, and we have no relationship at all. Like I don't. I know it's bad, but like I don't. We just. I'm never home. They're never home. I'm always out late or doing something, and the only time we see each other, it's like hi or bye. So, we don't really have much of a relationship with each other. Haven't really took the time to build a relationship, and so one of them comes in, and this is the one that's like always drinking all the time. He's always like literally like passed out drunk, and so he comes in my room. He has a beer in his hand. He's just chilling, and so he just starts making small talk. He's just asking me how I'm doing, which is rare because we just don't do that for some reason, and so he sees me with the guitar, and then he picks up the guitar and he starts teaching me how to do a scale. He actually knows how to play. So teach me how to do a scale, and I've never done a scale before. And so somehow we end up in his room with him and his guitar and me and my guitar, and he's teaching me how to play a scale, something like that. I don't know how to do it anymore. And so we're just sitting there talking, and we're talking and we're talking and we're talking. And we've never really built a bridge before. There's no relationship there at all, no friendship. And we just get to talking. About the guitar and about playing. He used to play in the church. He used to be Presbyterian, and he just fell away because he doesn't like the whole church thing. He hasn't gone to church in 5 years, literally 5 years, and he just fell away from his faith. He's not feeling it anymore. And so I'm just talking to him, and telling him some of the testimonies and stuff that's been going on here at Kennesaw, some of the stuff with House Church, and just really what God has been doing. And he's intently like focusing on the conversation. His mind is just completely wrapped around each testimony, and he's begging me to tell him more and more and more and more and more. He's just hungry for it. So I'm just telling him. And I tell him about how God has just been kind of speaking a whole bunch of stuff, and just how I've been in a place where it's like I feel like I kind of can hear him a little bit every now and then, and he's listening, and I'm into the conversation. And so I started hearing some stuff about him from the Lord. And so we're sitting in his room, I'm sitting on his bed, he's sitting on a chair across from me. I have the guitar in my hand. He puts his guitar down because he's listening. And first thing I heard was something about his dad. And so I said to him, hey, where's your dad at? Mind you, this is just completely random. We weren't talking anything about related to it. And that's how I kind of felt like it was something that was okay. And so I say, hey, where's your dad at? He says, dude, my dad is dead. And I said, wow, what happened? And he starts telling me about it, about what happened to his dad, and tells me about how the only thing he remembers, because it happened when he was young, is his dad's laugh. His dad had a real overbearing laugh, a real kind of heavy laugh that just kind of overpowered everything else. And while he's talking, he's breaking down. He's crying. He's tearing up, and he's trying to get through his sentences, but he's just not making it through. So I'm listening, and it was just really weird, because it's like we didn't know each other before this night. We didn't have any type of communication, and then the Lord said that. And then so I just told him, I was like, dude, the Lord has a plan. I don't know what, I don't know why, what happened, but if, he's with the Lord now. And so everything's going to be okay. And he's listening. We're still talking. We talked about that for a few minutes. And then the next thing I heard the Lord say, in retrospect, I told him, I said, I don't know what it is, but I feel like the Lord has just kind of given you away with words. And then it's like whenever you speak to people, and like your words will literally impact their life in such a way that it's like nobody else can do that. Like the small little things that you say about people, it'll have a crazy effect on their life. And you may not even know it, but whenever you say stuff to people, it's like their life automatically just lines up with what you say. And he looks at me and he goes, dude, when I used to go to church 5 years ago, he's looking at me and he's like freaked out. I'm kind of freaked out too. And he goes, dude, my youth pastor told me those exact words verbatim about 5 years ago. And I don't know what it is, but he said those exact same words to me, and that's crazy that you would say that. And so I'm sitting there across from him astonished, and he's sitting there across from me, still trying to keep it together. And then the next thing that happened, I asked him about his older sister. I asked him if he had an older sister, and he said, yeah, I have an older sister. I have 2 brothers, basically like a family, but he's not close with any of them. And, he really it really hurts his heart to see his little brother sometimes because, he's just going down the wrong road. And he wishes he could change him. And then we just talked. And then the Lord just started I had my guitar, so I was playing. And then the Lord just started saying some stuff through me while I was kind of singing, sort of. I was trying to sing. And so the Lord was just saying stuff like, I just want you back. I just want you to be in a relationship with me again. I just want you to talk to me. I just want you to know me. I want you to wake up in the morning and think about me. I want you to go to sleep and think about me. Just stuff like that, just all back to back. And he was getting wrecked, and I was getting wrecked too. And so that's the gist of it. And then at the end of the conversation, he said, dude, I don't know what it is, but this is ridiculous. Because first of all, I had no idea what was going to happen. I had no idea, any of that stuff. And he had no idea either. And he was just so affirmed in the fact that the Lord wanted him back after we were done speaking. He was challenged to get his relationship right. And so he said he's committed to going to house church, to finding ministry again. He said he wants to go where I was, and that he knows that that's where he should be, and that he wants to get back right with God. So glory to God for that.